Hey guys, real quick, just wanted to fill you in on what's going on. We have someone who has destroyed the Clan Boss record, MulletReaver. So I'm having him on the channel. We're just going to chat a little bit. I'm going to be in his account, showing off the champs, showing off the gear, talking about the process, just chilling for a little bit, honestly, and letting you guys hear a little bit of the thought process and what goes into doing something as insane as putting a billion damage on one key in Clan Boss. That's insane. He has plans to start streaming sometime soon, and you guys can go and watch him play around with this kind of stuff live. He hasn't started yet, but he intends to soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link his Twitch channel below in the pinned comment. Go ahead and go drop him a follow, and that way when he does go live and get to it, you'll be there. You'll know. You'll see him live, and you can go hang out and watch him do these crazy things. I'm very excited to see how this continues to progress because it's really interesting. It's really interesting stuff. So that's it. I just wanted to, real quick before the end of the video, tell you guys to go follow him on Twitch. And that's it. Enjoy the video. I hope you guys get a kick out of this. Hey everybody, what's going on? We're here today with MulletReaver, who has just absolutely demolished the Clan Boss World Record. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
You got it, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come on. I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit and talk a little bit about the journey and a little bit about why your team is doing so much more damage than everyone else's. I know that there's a bit of RNG involved. We were going to try to do it one day on stream, and we were pretty far behind based on some RNG. And then you dropped the bomb on us the other night. What was that like when you had a successful billion damage key?
It was crazy. So there's tons of RNG in this run. There's basically every champ that's being used has some sort of RNG tied to them. And then whenever I was running it Sunday, whenever I got the record, uh, everything just seemed to land into place. I keep track of the pace that I'm on as far as total damage and what damage Corpulent Cadaver is doing at any given point. And I was so far ahead of my pace that I honestly thought I was hitting Nightmare Claim Boss, and I almost turned the key off right there, thinking I was hitting the wrong one.
Oh, that would have been terrible. Do I remember correctly that you mentioned that you were like 7 turns shy of the limit, and you just wanted to make sure that you didn't miscalculate, so you ended it a little early?
Yeah, I still had room to go. I just
Wow.
didn't want to ruin it just in case I miscounted somewhere. But yeah,
Okay. So
so of the 1500 turn limit count, I was only at about 1493 or so, 1492 somewhere in there.
okay. So theoretically, you might be re-breaking this record soon.
Yeah, if it was the same run, I probably could have put up another 20 mil if I used those extra 7 turns.
Okay. What do you think is the standout? What do you think makes the biggest difference between your team and someone like Victor Tez or other people that are running the same team? Why is yours different?
Well, it's Brogny is
The +4?
the factor. Yeah, he is basically the engine of this comp. The harder he hits, the less defense you have to build on everybody else. Therefore, you can put damage into them and things like that. The +4 with the extra, he's got I think extra 25 speed from the empowerment. He's got an extra 30 crit damage. He's got an extra like 10 or
Oh,
15 crit rate,
okay.
uh, which all just stack his stats to just wallop the clan boss.
Okay.
It's pretty
I'm
crazy.
I'm flipping through the gear right now. It seems like there could be some potential for some upgrades in some of this gear, which would be kind of nutty, right? Like this helmet's insane. Like it's
Yeah.
all close to perfect, but like a resistance sub here could be what? Crit rate maybe? Would that matter that much if he's critting a
Uh,
lot more?
well, so with this comp, the good affinity is going against the spirit clan boss. And with Brogny being magic, he's going to get an extra 15%. So right there, we only need 85% crit rate. We also have Lanicus on the team who brings a 30% crit rate boost.
Right, okay,
Uh,
right.
so I actually only need 55% on him. I have him right now at about 57, I believe. So he's good there. But there are some stats that definitely could be better. I mean, like I said, it's all about attack for him. So one thing I've done with this comp is I've actually pulled out defense from a lot of the champs, just because essentially the strategy now is to kill off certain champs at certain times to give Corpulent Cadaver more attacks.
Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah, so with Brogni, like I said, the harder he hits, the less damage or the less defense you need to build on everybody else. So
So,
the only
s-
stats I would want on him would be attack.
okay, so you're almost trying to fine tune everyone so that certain champs die at certain points in the run. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yep. So we're
Huh.
within that 1500 turn limit and essentially building everybody strong enough to last that full the full time span and stay alive the whole time is ends up being 137 clan boss turns plus 4 additional actions from the champs.
Oh, I see.
Um, and with all of them alive, the highest I was able to hit was 917 million, I think.
Okay.
Then I started strategically killing them off. Specifically, like Hellborn goes first. She usually try to get her to die somewhere right after 120, which then breaks the 2-1 ratio. So less people are going per turn, but then it also gives Corpulent Cadaver more opportunity to swing his big mallet.
That is so smart. Is that something that you realized, or was that already a known part of the strategy?
It was definitely figured it out late. It was one of the. It was actually after the stream that we had tried it
Oh, really? Okay.
on yours. One of my clanmates was watching, uh, and he had talked about the fact that they died and what happened if we went for it. And then I was watching actually ING's stream at one point, and I saw him doing it, and it clicked the fact that if we get the ones that are doing less damage out of the way, we have more chance for the big guy to do his work.
Okay, yeah, that's so smart. I love I love stuff like that in this game when people come up with such specific and the idea that it's so deep in the run because the clan boss has to be doing insane amounts of damage. So the idea that you could tweak that so specifically to make champs start dropping off at certain points is very very interesting.
Yeah, I think whenever for the big run, I think I ended up adding because Hellborn Sprite was dying a little early, and I think I added like 83 defense to her, and that did the trick.
That's
That
so
that
crazy.
little amount of defense.
How much time do you think that you've spent on this? Is this what
I've
most
been
of your
working.
raid time is spent doing?
If I get Spirit Affinity, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty much gonna do that for the rest of the day, uh, just to try to test it and things like that. Um, the runs themselves are about an hour long. Um, So getting to it, so I actually built this team to help my clan because they're a bunch of friends of mine and they're mostly free to play players.
Mhm.
And we never actually could kill the Ultra Nightmare clan boss daily. I am not free to play, so I spent several months trying to find teams and stuff to be able to do enough damage to the clan boss that I could try to kill it myself for the most part.
Okay.
This one obviously worked out well,
That is
but I
just
still do
wild.
it I can one key Nightmare easily. Obviously brutal as well. So I'll use 2 keys on those to polish them off. So usually at least bare minimum I'm spending 2.5 hours a day
Okay.
just doing clan boss, even if I'm not actually testing.
And it's a full auto team, right? There was just the thing where if she, what was it? If she procs a reflex proc too early or something, right? What was it?
Or A3, so everybody opens with one of their skills and then I turn it off so they don't do it again. Her A3 puts up the debuffs, or I'm sorry, puts up the buffs on everybody and then has like a 40% chance of
Right.
taking an extra turn. And if she takes that extra turn, it reduces the cooldowns of all those buffs too much and they just drop off.
Okay. Okay, that is just insane, man. So, what have you given any thought to what would push the damage even further? Is there any particular stats you're looking for in any gear drops? Are there any tweaks you're thinking about making? What do you have any thoughts that you want to share, or do you want to keep them to yourself uh, to try to maintain? I'm very curious, like where you're at with it from here, and what your thoughts are on progressing this.
Well, from there, like I said, there's so much RNG in this run that depending on how you get it, it can swing at 200 million damage in the final result. As far as things that people have questioned when they're looking at it and things like that, are the sets being used? Um, there's suggestion of a poison or a toxic set, things like that, which I actually have tried to put on like Hellborn Sprite to do that, since with hers, she only does an attack on her A1. Her A3, her buff increase,
Ah,
it
right.
doesn't actually place a hit. Um, so the more I do that, the less she's actually doing damage, and I actually want her to get the weaken debuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so trying to throw like a poison set on her is going to get her a little extra damage whenever she's only using that one attack per turn or so.
Okay,
Um,
that makes sense.
but the amount of damage that she's removing from Corpulent and the rest of the team using the Guardian set and the Bulwark Mastery and things like that actually allows everybody else to do way more damage than just her toxic set. So some things like that. Uh, the best accessories to use here, especially for anybody that isn't Brogni or Lanicus, would be those revenge accessories to
Okay,
counterattack.
okay,
I actually re-geared her, but with both of those revenge pieces, and that was, I mean, she was hitting it all the time and laying her weaken
okay.
for pretty much the entire run.
Is the Guardian set part of what makes her die at a certain point?
Yes, so
Okay,
she's pulling an extra 10% damage from everybody, and that's the raw damage that's coming to her.
okay,
Chris has the same thing, but he has a heck of a lot more defense,
yeah,
and he also has increased defense up whenever he's on.
okay. Yeah, man, that is so cool. When they started way back in the day when people started doing records and you were doing 200 million, and it was hard to imagine it was ever going to get past that. And now, and then when Victor dropped his big key the first time, it was like, that's insane. But I don't know that I didn't think anybody was going to hit 1 billion. That starts to get into like unthinkable numbers. So that's freaking insane that you pulled that off, man.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get anywhere close to it either. Whenever I was building it, I had my Brogni at a +2, and I think I was only hitting like 600 million at most.
Oh
Uh,
wow. Okay.
and then if you remember, somewhere around Christmas, they had a 10x for Brogni, and you pulled me was actually number 5, but I had 2 built. Uh, so I made my Brogni +3, and then thought about it for a little bit and ate my fully built
Oh
other
okay.
Brogni to make him a +4. And as soon as I did that, I jumped from like I was maybe getting 600 mil, and I jumped all the way up to almost 800 mil in my first try.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
so it just skyrocketed from there.
S It'll be interesting as this goes on. Like, do you think plus fouring any other either of these two? How much of a difference do you think Chris would make at empowered?
Um, I mean, what's nice with Krisk is he has the Ally Protect on top of the Guardian set, so he's keeping the damage away from Corpulent Cadaver even while everybody starts dying off. Once he dies off, then it goes downhill real quick.
Okay.
So empowering him in order to get some more defense. It's also pretty difficult to get 286 speed out of a Guardian set. Um, so the +4 of the extra speed boosts and everything would help there. Uh, but keeping him alive the whole time wouldn't be a bad thing, because he normally dies pretty late in the run anyway, whenever he does. So I probably would empower him. Not that I would actually use a Krisk as an empowerment. I have 3 of them, and if I got a 4th, I would probably build a 4th.
Right.
Um, Lanicus would definitely get empowered
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
because she can survive the whole time, and then her ally attack brings Corpulent Cadaver with her uh, towards the
Okay.
later end of the run when there's only
Oh
2
right.
people
Okay.
total.
Well, maybe in the next couple of summon sessions we do on stream, we can pull you another Lanicus or two and see if we can just get really silly with it.
There we go.
Well, man, I appreciate you taking the time to come on and share this with us. This is absolutely insane. Congratulations, man. I reckon you're going to be holding on to this record for a while, and I'm honestly not going to be surprised if you hit me up in a week and tell me you broke it again. So I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me on and talking about it.
For sure, man. We're gonna get out of here, guys. Do you have anything? You have a Twitter or anything you want to promote?
No, not at the
Anyway,
moment.
not at the moment. Okay.
Soon I will. I think I'm going to start streaming
Okay.
probably in the next few weeks or so. Uh, but at the point right now, nothing yet.
All right. Well, everybody, be on the lookout for MulletReaver on Twitch, and you'll get to watch this stuff happen live. I'll probably throw up another shout out when it all gets made and when he gets up and running. So yeah, man, thank you for coming on. We're gonna get out of here. I appreciate y'all watching. We'll see y'all next time.